David. How are you?
It's good, thanks. How are you guys doing? Sorry about the delay there. I had a VPN issue. The joys of the firewalls here. So sorry about that.
Thanks for making some time to talk to us today.
Oh no, thanks for being part of the conversation on aromatherapy on the IFPO page. Thanks so much for that. It's really great to talk to you guys. I know we've spoken on email a few times over the years, so it's good to finally meet you kind of in person. But
kind of in person.
I don't know.
This
Sure.
new way of meeting people, where it's 100% online. You are not like being face to face with others. It's crazy.
It is, isn't it? I suppose this is, to use the expression, kind of the new norm. Really?
I don't know.
Or at least something we just all need to get used to. So.
Yeah. It is. It's something that we all have kind of had to adapt to over the last 2 years, with everyone doing Zoom meetings, and it's kind of still continuing, isn't it? Really. So it's just the way things are. But the great thing about aromatherapy is that we have to. You cannot do it remotely. Not yet, anyway, unless some Mark Zuckerberg's doing something. In the metaverse. Well,
Well, we'd love to share aromas through digitally. It would be so much easier.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting concept, that, because I've often thought that, in these virtual worlds and that, okay, you can. I know they're developing sensors for touch and that kind of stuff and visual, but smell's kind of something that. To see how they develop that, if it is feasible at all. I'm not that techie, so I don't know if it's even achievable.
No, but I can tell you there are a few technologies that point on that way. There are some crazy kind of aroma printers. So you have like different cartridges with base aromas, and this kind of printer creates a blend in the moment. So you can ask for a palette of, 5,000 colors or aromas that are created using these basic cartridges with one aroma.
Wow, I haven't heard of that.
The future of things. We still love being face-to-face and enjoy the aromas directly and share it with others. And there is no comparison. That's the best experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's it's sharing experience with aromatherapy as well, the smells and So to do it digitally though, I'm going to look into that. That sounds quite personal, interest, because I know there's some cinemas now that you can go to and they have smells as well, and your seat moves and so. It's getting there.
And it's amazing
anyway.
how aromas can change experiences, can change moods, can really give a different perspective to things once you add that different sense. So I think that's one of the beauties that kind of caught our eyes as well at the beginning of our brand, and just understanding how aromas are very personal to each person. Each person can smell and appreciate things differently, and at the same time get different benefits out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of, I always, that's the great thing about aromatherapy and aromas and perfumes in general, is that everyone's individual. Everyone has a different connection with them, emotionally, psychologically, whatever it might be. Everyone is completely different. So, which is what makes it interesting,
Exactly.
Yeah. So, again, thanks for joining today, but I always start off these chats by asking, how did you become interested in aromatherapy? And so tell us about your, aroma journey to where you are now.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, well, we have a really different approach to things. I think for me came from a perspective of where I was working from a corporate perspective, and I was just really stressed all the time. Really, there was too much going on, and I felt overwhelmed with things. And I always try to find a way to connect with nature in different ways, or connect with things that are more natural approaches. And in that journey, I kind of bumped into essential oils and started to discover things and started to understand how could I use them on my day-to-day basis and really allow myself in a really natural way to change or shift my mood or feel better. And in that way, I thought, well, look, we can do something really beautiful here for others as well.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's great.
Look, I have been surrounded by essential oils since I was a kid. So I remember experimenting, especially with my moms, with natural formulation, essential oils, and a lot of incense at that time. Yeah, but with the years, I think I saw an opportunity to transform this interest or passion into something real, like natural products, or maybe something that can help you to make your living instead of a traditional job. So around the year 2000, I spent a holiday with some relatives that live in Brazil and operate an essential oil business. So in that moment, that experience opened my eyes. I understood that it's real. I can turn this passion into something that can sustain a way of living, be in touch with natural products and the beautiful aromas every day. So, and in a very honest and I think powerful way. So this idea has been in the back of my mind since that moment, and it wasn't until I met Mayte and moved to Australia that I think I saw an opportunity to become fully committed to essential oils and aromas and create natural products.
And studying and understanding for natural formulations and being able to provide that.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. Because you guys, excuse my ignorance, I'm just trying to remember, are you from Chile originally? Is that your
Yeah, I'm from Chile, but Mayte,
from Venezuela.
She's from Venezuela.
Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
And we met here in Australia.
You met? Wow. Yeah. Did you find that in both of your birth countries, aromatherapy and essential oils, the industry or how the presence of it different to how it's used and the industry in Australia? Is there a difference?
Interestingly, in Venezuela, in a way, essential oils has always been a bit of a grandmother's remedy, So it has been a little bit present, the use of herbs, of essential oils in different ways, but very different to Australia. Now, coming here with a different perspective and understanding the market differently as well has allowed us to really see essential oils differently and apply them in an everyday basis.
Okay, yeah, it's I suppose I haven't been in Australia for a very long time, but from what I gather, the industry is still growing there, and there's the oils that people are using them, but I don't really know fully of how the industry is adapting them. But it's interesting to hear how Central South America are I mean, the history of herbal medicine there goes back, huge. So.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Do you want to in Chile?
In Chile, yeah. Look, there are a few big brands that present different essential oil products, but it's not a big industry. I think the trend is way bigger here in Australia, rather compared with Chile. We are a bit behind in terms of natural products and in different ways to make a healthy lifestyle something that can be approachable for everyone in society. I think it's a bit restricted in Chile because it's something that it's maybe too expensive for the average consumer, but it's...
Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's interesting. So with setting up your business and sourcing of oils, what decisions did you come up with to, yes, I want to, we want to supply that oil, whether it be eucalyptus or frankincense or whatever it might be. Did you have did you have a list of, right, we have to, look at selling particular oils, or was it just finding a good supply? That one's good, or are there ones that want to offer, but you haven't found a good supply yet, if you know what I mean?
Look, I'm going to leave you with that, and I'll be right back because
Oh, that's all right. I can actually hear
it. Join us.
More than.
Yeah, so you were asking about our supply chain. Yeah?
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, the connection just dropped out a little bit there. Sorry about that, Rafael.
Yeah, so can you repeat your question? It was about how we source our essential oils?
Yeah. Just what is there, was there a list when you first started out of, these are the oils that we want to start selling, or was it kind of organic that, you picked them up as you went, so to speak, like, oh, that's a really good oil, let's start selling that, let's start marketing that, or was it, and are there some that you still want to, but you haven't found the right,
Look, we are always in the search of new suppliers. But in terms of how we started, at the beginning we wanted to create something with Australian oils. So first we were obsessed of trying to find only Australian suppliers. But after a while we realized that there are so many other beautiful aromas that maybe they are not being produced here in Australia because there is just geographically you are not going to get the same plants in the Australian territory, but maybe it can grow in I don't know, in Spain, in the United States maybe, or for example this beautiful oil of ylang ylang that grows in Madagascar. So our original idea of narrowing our search to Australian essential oil producers changed with the time, evolved, and now we source essential oils from many different countries.
Okay. So it's like ever changing in that sense.
Yes. Yeah, we always receive queries, and we are looking for new suppliers, but we still try to choose first the Australian oils, and then try to expand to oils from overseas, because there is something about sustainability and moving the oils from one country to another that is something that we don't fully agree with that idea, because I think we should try to use what we have here in this territory and get customers to understand what you have here in Australia, and then maybe experiment with essential oil from other countries.
Exactly. And Australia, great. One of the amazing things about its biodiversity is
yes,
blessed with tropical north and cold mountainous Tasmania and deserts in the west. So the flora and fauna diversity is quite huge in that respect.
And what about the oils in China? How has been your experience with the essential oil manufacturers and the industry over there?
Yeah, the industry's strange here. Not strange, just strange sounds a bit the wrong word. It's very different to what I experienced when I was training in the UK as an aromatherapist. It's very different here. I'm very interested in indigenous oils, like you said, in Australia. I love trying to explore and find out Chinese essential oils and how that work with traditional Chinese medicine. That's what I'm really interested in. So I found a few, but it's kind of funny. They're not in the industry, the public doesn't even overly do much here. There's still the European oils that have that, prestige, I suppose. It's like wine. French wines are everywhere here.
It's the best.
And South American ones, but it's like French is kind of a brand. Is crept into the.
I don't know why marketing is so important in this industry.
It's crazy. I remember how even I got in touch with some people who were very interested in, as you know, in essential oils, and I've always Australia's got some really good oils. How about I can put you in touch with a few people like your good selves, and the industry here was like, no, we love European oils. It has to be from Europe. And I was like, why? It's just the way that, you know, people believe Europe to have a better product. I don't know. It's very rich.
Sometimes I feel there is something aspirational when you like you focus in the products that you can get only from overseas for very mature economies or very mature industries. But sometimes local is better. Because I think in essential oils in general, when you have the fields and the crops and you distill the plant and you get the essential oil and you do it locally.
Yes.
There is it's part of the local culture. It becomes part of what people that lives around that community does. So essential oil, like the ideas related with essential oils, expand in a more organic way instead of being only a marketing strategy.
Yeah. Exactly. And I love keeping it local and keeping it sustainable is a great message, and it's ethically, you know, responsible, which is great. But also, you know, if you can't get some oils and you can't offer some oils, who cares? It's like, you know, that you can't offer everything.
Yes,
so
it's true. You know, we need to try to balance all the factors, like locally sourced, affordable, high quality at the same time, beautiful packaging, because it's also important. I can't deny it. It's part of the game that we play, because in a subconscious way, when you go to a retail store and you are in front of a shelf and you have, let's say, 5 different brands, and all of them offer something slightly different, but at the end of the day, it's a similar product. So you take a decision based on so many factors, and that means like picking one bottle at the end of the day and try.
Yeah, exactly. It is. We do live in a brand culture, you know, and we always have, really, to that extent. Essential oils are no different to any other product, and even, you know, whether it be wine or, you know, perfume, it's all about packaging. But your packaging's great. I love the black bottles. Are fantastic. You know, the dark.
Thank you very much.
Really good. Really
nice.
We
choose that particular bottle. I don't know if you have ever heard about Miron glass bottles.
Yes, I've heard of them. Yes.
Yeah, so it's a specific type of glass that protects the content in a different way compared with Amercor.
Mm-hmm.
So our vision is to create unique formulations using premium natural and preferably organic materials. And that's why we choose high quality bottle in order to try to keep that formulation in the best shape until the moment that you use the essential oils, the spray, the natural vegetable oil, the flash oil.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's great. Yeah, keeping the product at its optimum quality. Yeah, that's fantastic. And the name of your company, where did that come from?
Oleu Life. It's a little like, again, playing with an Italian word, oleo, that has relation with oil, because Mayte, she has some kind of Italian background. Her father is from Sicily, but he was like raised in Venezuela. So when we were like trying to find a name for the company, we were like playing with our past, our culture, and how you say oil in these different languages, and we ended up arriving to an Italian word. And then we like evolved until we arrived to this last name called Life. So it's something that points to a life surrounded by oils of any type, not only essential oils. We have like some very creative plans of expanding to cooking oils in some point. So because there are so many beautiful cooking oils that can be like that you and we can go home and experiment and get a completely new experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I agree 100%. I personally, I have a very high oil diet in my own.
Okay.
I do consume a lot of fats and oils. I'm not endorsing any way of living here, by the way, to anyone, but it's just, I do consume a lot of different oils. I have coconut oil in my coffee every morning. I'll use sesame oil, drizzle it on top of things, olive oils, argan oils, all sorts. There's one in China, but I haven't tried yet, camellia oil, which is meant to be really good tea oil, like to actually consume. So, yeah, I love, just taking oil as a, not a drink, but, putting it raw on foods and cooking with it as well, finding really good oil. So that's really good.
Sorry, we're back.
That's right.
Let me introduce Luciano to the international aromatherapy community.
Yeah, starting early. Hello.
Aromatherapist in the family.
Sorry for the interruption.
No, don't at all. That's a very good interruption. It's great.
We are a family business, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you use any essential oils with a little one? In the bedroom, to help with sleep or anything like that?
Yes. So we baby essential oils, but essential oils. So that's just the oils that you want to use in our safe and always taking care of the ratio. But I did create a body oil for him for everyone who has little. Just going to create this associated going to sleep. So I use lavender and sweet orange.
Okay.
Camellia oil or jojoba oil. And those are two really good oils to use in an infant. In his room as well, we use a diffuser, but we put it before he goes to bed for about an hour or so, and then we turn it off when we actually do the routine to go to sleep. So.
Oh wow! Oh, that's fantastic. That's cool. He's going to grow up very with a love of aromas, that's for sure.
Yes.
So what are some of your favourite oils? Maybe not ones that you stock, but as well as ones that you like in general. What are some of your favourite oils?
For example, I have been recently in love with Australian oils, a lot of Mayte oils from here. I've been experimenting a lot with them and using them in our recent blends. Cassia and honey myrtle are two oils that I just really tend to go back to. They're beautiful oils to work with inside, to work with calming your senses, the nervous system as well. They're quite nice as anti-inflammatory or bacterial oils, and just different aroma types, So honey myrtle is very rare oil, so not a lot of people know about it. A lot of people know about the melaleucas, tea tree, or the myrtle. Honey myrtle is sweet, pleasant to us, which is really nice.
Okay. I haven't tried that one, I must admit, so that's a good tip. Thank you.
Really nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Cassia as well from the north of North Tasmania.
Okay.
Really nice.
Okay, great. There's some good choices there. Good choices. How about you, Rafael? Do you have any that you?
Yeah. But look, sometimes I feel that I'm more traditional with my essential oil taste, but I have been always in love with eucalyptus essential oil. It helps me breathe better, and sometimes I just love the aroma. It's a very personal choice. The other one that I really like is the other one that I really like is cedarwood essential oil, because it grounds me. It makes me feel very down to earth. And when I normally use it in my yoga before my yoga practice.
Okay.
And that helps me to go even deeper in my own meditation. And when I use it and practice and do my regular practice, it takes me to a very happy place. I feel very mindful in that moment, and again, it's a very personal choice. It makes me feel better.
No, that's good. That's what I always say with the essential oils with anyone is that, you know, you might say this is good for anxiety, this is good for stress, this is good for whatever it might be. But at the end of the day, you kind of have to like it yourself, you know. So whatever you find that you like and bond with as an aroma, and having it on your skin, if you know, blending it as a cream or an oil, just go with that. You know, that's what I would say to people. If you love something, you know.
I'm guilty as a formulator as well. That I kind of tend to create things that I like, and sometimes that's one of the difficult parts of it. It's trying to work with what aromas that are beneficial for different things, or creating formulations that are different. But I need to like them, you know. I need to fall in love with them, to put passion and energy into that formulation with those aromas. So I guess that's where we land when we create all the products.
Yeah, you yourself are not going to do and produce anything good if you don't like what you're working with. You know, it's like, you know, if you don't like cooking liver, for example, well, you're not going to serve it in your restaurant, are you? If you don't like touching it and playing with it and blend, you know, so it's the same type of thing. Are there any oils you don't like or don't get along with or really hate?
Well, look, for example, there are oils that it's not that I don't get alike with, but I find them really, really strong. I have a really good sense of smell, so there's some oils that are really spicy. For example, ginger and vetiver are oils that I use with caution because they're very strong for me. But then you have to work your way around it to kind of soften them up.
Yeah, no, that's ginger seems to be one aroma that I find that a lot of people have. You know, it's love or hate with ginger. But as a culinary herb, a lot more people are accepting to it. But the smell's kind of a bit, you know, it can be divisive, I suppose. You know, with people. So that's
beautiful aromas anyway. It's just, might just be different.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what makes it really special. Is that, you know, we all have different tastes, different smells, so it all feeds into that, which is great. Guys, 30 minutes now. We're over our 20-minute section that we said we were going to keep.
Let's keep going. It's great to finally be talking with you face to face.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I hope one day I can make it to Sydney and see you guys. I haven't been back.
Do you have plans to fly to Sydney?
My family's in Melbourne, and I've got friends now up in New South Wales, so I do want to get back to Australia at some point, really badly, actually. COVID's kept me here much longer than anticipated. And, you know, now things are pretty strict here, lockdowns and everything, so it's not the best time to travel at the moment. So I'm hoping by middle of the year I can make it back. So we'll see.
We are here to meet.
Okay. 1 minute.
No, that's all right.
I'll be back.
But yeah, in either case, we're happy to have that chat and thankful for being here as well. To share a little bit of what we do with passion, love, and knowledge. And
No, it's great. I've personally, this is a personal thing, I've used, you know, your oils before, and I think they're great, and I know I've given them away as gifts to my mum and different friends, so, and they all rave about them, so I can highly recommend. Really, the quality of them is the main thing that I always look for in oils. It's just the quality, you know. There's so many diluted and synthetic oils on the market that to try, you know, to feed our way through the amount of product that's out there and find really good ones is hard, and when you do find them, they're really good. So keep up the great work. That's what I like.
I think that's important. It's one of the reasons why we have really selected and curated the amount of essential oils that we work with on
that's really important, and keeping it small and keeping it like you know your product rather than it becoming such a big thing. That's hugely important. Do you have plans of expanding into other, apart from the ingesting oils side of it, or culinary side of it? Are there any other oils that you really want to get into, like say I don't know, a frankincense from here, or I've got a coffee essential oil from Venezuela that I use actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's CO2 extraction, but it's from Venezuela, and I got it here, and it's really nice. It's really nice.
I want to try that. I have not tried that yet.
Yeah, I'll send you a photo and the link to it to see if you can get it somehow through Amazon or maybe to Australia. I'm not sure, but it's really nice, just as an aroma. And I've used it on my skin a little bit as well. Coffee's got really good antioxidant properties, astringent properties, so it's quite good. It's quite.
Well, for us, in terms of future plans, we always try to really keep creating. So keep exploring into meeting new producers. If we can travel again, we can actually really go and see and evaluate. For me, at the moment, it's creating, and it's about understanding more Australian essential oils. There's such a big variety of oils that have been used here for many, many years, from Aboriginals and everything. So I really want to dig in deeper into that, really explore this natives.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to look at it, because Australia does have such a big biodiversity and culture with it. I remember growing up, ever since I was, as early I can remember, always in the medicine cabinet there was always tea tree oil and always eucalyptus. And the football locker rooms, at the football games always smelled of eucalyptus everywhere, the smell of it. I'm sure, it was mixed in with creams and all the rest of it, as sports massage kind of work.
And that, the eucalyptus has been used for ancient pain, muscular pain, for many, many years. And it's useful for that. Canacia can also be used for aches and pain.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot to explore there, and a lot to keep you guys busy with different things. And I know sandalwood is actually quite big out in Western Australia at the moment. I met at a Shanghai Aromatherapy Expo last year an Australian company, but they were planting Indian Mysore in Western Australia, not Australian Mysore. So that was quite interesting that they were adapting the native Indian species into Australia, because they don't know what to grow there, but their farm specifically the Indian Mysore, but in just outside of Perth. So I thought that was quite a different way. And, the ethos was sustainability, and because, as we know, sandalwood can be a bit unsustainable, the Mysore. But.
Yeah. Oh, it's quite interesting. And I've seen people here, we have such pristine soil and weather here in Australia that there's, every time there's more and more producers bringing seeds from different places and trying to grow and distill here those oils and see what they can get out of it. So.
Yeah. How about hydrosols? Is that something that I know you guys do look at that? So is that a big area for you guys?
Well, it's something that's definitely on our pathway, and we would like to really explore a little bit more with hydrosols. We use them at the moment in our mix formulation, but there's so many things to look into, and so little time sometimes. So hopefully we will be working with more hydrosols in the future, but I can't say when.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, I hope this year is a great one for you and Rafael, and the company and yourselves personally. I hope with post COVID. It's not really post-COVID. It's kind of like we're living with. Yeah. I hope that the year goes really great for you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I'll let you go back to the little one now and enjoy the rest of your day. But thank you both for joining today. Thanks, Rafael. Thanks, Mayte. Thanks so much. Really nice. I will post this on the Instagram page. And is it okay if I leave your details so if people want to get in touch? I'll pop it pointing virtually to the below for later. But yeah, I'll do all that. But thanks again, and let's stay in touch.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation.
Thanks everybody for joining us as well.
Yep, great. Thanks everyone, and yeah, take care. See you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.